Hey, Stay, how's it going?
Hi, Adam. Pretty well. I was telling Adam that now I live a lot higher than I lived in London. I'm on the sixth floor in Paris. In London, I was on the first floor, and it was way noisier. Over here, I think you can hear less background noise or no background noise, hopefully.
Yeah, I haven't
Uh,
heard any like police sirens or ambulances or anything.
Well, let me tell you, with a kid, that was kind of starting to bug me. I mean, when it was just me and my wife, it was okay, but uh, having a kids wake up in the middle of the night because there was like a really busy road right next to our apartment. Yeah, that wasn't really fun. So I'm glad, at least that's solved. It's really quiet here, except for the French people who are partying a lot, but that's like the good kind of noise.
Is that just at like the park across the street? You can hear the noise from that occasionally.
Yeah, there's a park on the other side, and over here is just like people partying on their balconies, which is very nice. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's nice to hear people like live their lives and yeah, open bottles of wine, I guess, or champagne. You do hear a cork popping, occasionally. Yeah.
Uh, we're also on the sixth floor here in Salt Lake City, but I have a feeling like your six floors are six floors of apartments, right? So like even the first floor, people are living on the first floor.
Yeah, it's actually like it's weird because there's two elevators, one that takes you from the ground floor to the first floor, and one that takes you from the first floor to the sixth floor. And that kind of like made moving like hell, but it's kind of nice because there's parking underneath. It's a weird. I
Hmm.
haven't seen this built in the '70s. I think this apartments, and it's like on a hill. It's very hilly where I live, so yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and for our apartment, it's the first two floors, like the ground floor and the what would be the second floor, are both parking, and then floors three, four, five, and six are like residential apartments. And that style is like super common all across the U.S. It's called like 4/1 or 4/2, and the idea is like the first two floors are built out of concrete and they're like really heavy. They're like the stabilization for the entire building, and then all the residential floors are built out of wood, which is a cheaper material, and they don't have to do like foundation with the wood. So I guess it ends up
Okay.
being just a lot cheaper to build. So you'll see
Yeah,
them all across the U.S.
that's smart. Okay, so it's not just a Salt Lake thing. It's like, and do they have like commercial spaces at the ground floor?
A lot of them do on the bottom floors, but I feel like usually those are for like more the skyrise, like the buildings that are, you know, 20 floors. Then you get that. I would love if they added more like commercial space on the ground floor. Like, and usually it's just like parking and leasing office.
I mean, it's nice that you have where to park your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, over here it's like all commercial spaces, and I think that's the like reason there's a lot of like bakeries and coffee shops and all that kind of stuff. We've checked out at least like three really good bakeries around us, and London was good with bakeries, but doesn't compare to Paris. I mean, we've been getting some of those good baguettes, and yeah, they're pretty nice, I have to say.
Is there a term like, when you go to college, it's like the freshman 15 putting on weight during your first year there? Is there a term for that in Paris? Like the Paris
Wow,
20?
not that yeah, that would be good to find out, but not that I know so far. But I don't know. I haven't seen one in Emily in Paris, and I'm getting the feeling that's where that term would have been mentioned. But let's see, new season coming up, so we'll maybe this season will.
We were
Yeah.
joking because we were watching the Olympics and there was the actress from Emily in Paris was in a Perrier commercial. We're like,
Really.
okay, she's she's really leaning into this. But We liked the
Yeah.
first season. It was fun.
Yeah, I liked it as well. I mean, it's cheesy, and it's usually like, but it's Paris, and it really is like, mm, that show makes it to be so far. I mean, there's also like other areas that they don't show on the show, but contributes to the charm. I mean, so far I've been having like a really, really good time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Made made the whole effort after moving a lot easier to just dive into the whole, like, all the things the city has to offer.
Very cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Mm.
And we've been doing a lot on hardcover lately. We've even had like an incident yesterday where we got a spike in costs because someone decided to download all of our, like, literally all of our covers.
Yeah, I'm writing a blog post about it now, but kind of the TLDR is that someone used our API and probably just downloaded information on every edition. So they had, here are millions and millions of editions, each one with potentially multiple cover images. And then I guess they probably set up a script to just download in bulk those images. And when I say in bulk, I don't mean like a couple a second. It's more like 9,000, 10,000 a second. So
Jesus
they
freaking
were
Christ.
doing this on a big scale and hitting our API. It ended up being about, I calculated it out, around like 15 to 20 terabytes of data that was downloaded, which is more than is in the entire bucket. So there must have been some issues with the script, and they probably had to rerun it a couple times because they were probably downloading the same files multiple times.
Wow. Do you have a theory on, like, what was the purpose of that? I mean, are they like trying to? I know someone in the Discord mentioned AI, and I'm guessing that could be it, or like kind of like, it seems like someone maybe. I mean, I hope it was just for a hobby project, and someone like really wanted to like get all our data. But yeah, I think now we have. It was a good thing that it's prompted us to, like, we have some protections in place, like, triggered by this thing, right?
Yeah, yesterday I spent like the second half of the day debugging it and ended up making all of our images and content in our cloud bucket private. And then, so now the way it works is like we have to hit Google's API and get a temporary URL for every image, and then we cache that temporary URL and we serve that to people, both through the API and through the website. And we can choose how long to that link will work for. So we can like pass it in. Like you might want that link to only be able to be used for 5 minutes or something, or you could say I want it to be for a month.
Yeah.
And so like I just put it as 1 day. So like right now, if you were to get any URL on Hardcover, it's only going to work for a day. But as soon as you refresh the page, it's going to get a new URL and it's going to work again.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm guessing like whoever wants to use the API to try a few stuff out and to make a hobby project, that's cool. But someone using it to download our data, that's all of our data, including the covers. And like, there are so many people, including us, who worked like so much to gather that data. I'm guessing now it's a good time for this to happen, and yeah, I'm hoping this doesn't end up being like a major competitor down the line.
Yeah,
But
my guess is it's just someone wanting to do something with the data, like uh, just personal. That's my guess. But I mean, it's one of those things that's hard to know. Like we don't have like tracking from Google on like where the IP addresses are coming from for like GDPR reasons. Like they don't store that
yeah,
information, so we just know what was downloaded from it, but not like the users. So my hope is to like make some improvements to our API over the next month that gives us much more insight into who's using it, how they're using it, be able to deactivate users, be able to restrict access, rate limit access. So all of that will be probably coming down the line in the next month. So.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I'm guessing it's also a good step that has to do with open sourcing. Like if someone, I mean, if we open source some materials, we could copy hardcover, like put another logo, and they would also be able to get our data if we don't have like these like stops in place. But yeah, luckily now, now we do.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And today we're going to talk about stats.
Yeah. Yeah. We did some like yearly planning on what we're going to be focusing on for the rest of the year um, in our hardcover team meeting last week. And yeah, stats was kind of our next big project that we need to design and then verify with users and then build. So right now we're still in that first design phase of it, but yeah, I'm excited to jump in.
Yeah, perfect. Let me bring up the Figma so we can start off where we left off 2 weeks ago. Uh, just 1 second as I'm sharing this. Here we go. Okay, can you see everything?
Yes.
Perfect. So, quick recap for everybody. Last 2 weeks ago, we were focusing on how you choose the time frame for your stats. So, basically, when you view the stats, we wanted to make it really easy for you to select a month, or a year, or a custom date, depending on what you want to see. And we want to hit that sweet spot of making it as customizable as possible. So if you want to see like the last 10 days of your reading, you can do that, but also make it easy for having those really good defaults in. So if you want to see your March reading compared to your April reading compared to your June reading or whatever, we want to make it really easy for you to switch between those periods of time without having to pick like 1st of March to 31st of March. So you just pick 2024 March, and off you go. So that's what we've been trying to do. And I think last time what we did was use this bar so that if you click on the date, it brings you. I shouldn't have moved this. I wanted to clean up the Figma, so I moved these. But basically, let's bring this like over here. So um, you'd be able to select the year, you'd be able to select the month then, and you'd also have these presets for like the past 60 days, 90 days, the past month, or a custom date. And I think that was the last one we explored, Adam, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of where we left it off. We wanted to make it
Yeah,
easy to select months, years, or people that are kind of power users can select a full date.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the full
This
date.
this frame right here is the one that I remember. Like when you click on this, like it would pop up this, and like by default it would be all time on your stats page, but you could quickly set it to another range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. Are we happy with that? So basically, this brings up this, and you'd be able to select between these options.
Yeah, that makes sense
I'm
to me.
guessing that, okay. So basically, I think we can leave it like that for now. And I'm guessing, so basically, when you tap on this, it would bring this up, and you'd have all time selected. But if you click on 2023, you could select one of the years you have a history for, or you
Yeah,
could select the month. I'm wondering here, the month would be dependent on the year over here, right?
yeah. Maybe Hmm. Yeah, I guess you'd have to select the year, and then by default it would be all months. So like if you selected year, it would say by month, and maybe like the default month would say all, and then
Oh yeah, by month. So if you'd select 2023, it would be all. And then if you'd select a custom range, this would basically turn this.
yeah, it would
And
deselect all the others.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I think that's that's good to satisfy. Let's make this bigger so you don't like misclick. This is a pretty non-standard select box, but I'm guessing it would work, right?
Yeah. And yeah, we can just use our same like a drop down slash drawer on mobile.
Oh yeah,
And
perfect. Yeah. Okay, and this would take you to a menu where you'd see. Wait, let me see if I had it. Like, oh yeah, here we go. Um,
mm,
it would be like the same menu maybe, and it would take you to the section with like the specific stats. So maybe it would take you to stats about authors, stats about pages read, stats about moods, genres,
mm-hmm.
and stats about uh, librarians. And I'm guessing you could have like multiple stats in each section. So for moods, maybe, I pasted all the stats we had. So for moods, for instance, you could have books by mood, and you could have genre versus mood by rating show up in that section as well. So it would just scroll to that stat, so you don't have to scroll like all the way down. On mobile, that might be a little bit daunting. So I was thinking, we could have this map icon.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's kind of like the 2023 year in books, kind of um, like link to another part of the current page you're on.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that was the inspiration. So let's put these two over here, and this is like the pill that lets you select all of these. And I was thinking, this could stick to the bottom of the screen, so you'd have like the phone over here, and it would be sticky on the bottom, so it would move as you scroll, so you have it like easily accessible.
I see. So yeah, that would be on mobile, and then
Yeah.
on desktop, would it kind of stay
Wow.
at the
That.
top? Yeah.
Yeah, we could put it at the top. I brought like the desktop where we didn't do anything over here, but let me bring in like this like header section and see how we treat it on desktop. Because what did I paste over here? Sorry, one. Okay, so let me just paste this. Okay, this one's good. So maybe, yeah, on desktop you'd have this. You'd have like a wider. Oh, here we go. We have enough covers in there. That's good. And yeah, it gets a better like layout for this one. Just like add them like in books. Yeah, all of these over here, and it could stick to the top. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think.
Or
Yeah, I'm not sure we even need to make it stick on desktop because I feel like
yeah,
scrolling to the top of the page wouldn't be that bad in
yeah,
in this view.
yeah, that should be fine. I mean, we can just like the thing is, it's like pretty easy to make this as wide as we want, because we could just do this with the data. So you'd select the custom period, and you would also be able to select. Maybe we'd bring up the menu if you click on either this or like this.
Yeah,
Uh, would that make sense?
yeah, I think that would work.
Okay, so this would be it on desktop, and then
Yeah, and this might be like default to something like that,
Oh yeah, all time. Yeah,
or life. I mean, either one.
yeah, all time sounds good. Uh, where should we put it? I mean, maybe does it work there?
That could work.
So maybe this like goes all the way up top.
We can also use like a full screen background if we want on this page, like we do on like lists. If we wanted to do something behind the cover or
Oh
behind
yeah,
the nav.
yeah, that that would look pretty great. Let's see. Yeah, that does look pretty amazing. Yeah, let's
Or
do that.
or what if this is the first page that we use the new, like, yeah, one of the things we wanted to do was add a custom cover image that you could set on your profile that supporters can change. What if this is kind of like the first page we use that custom header image on?
Yes, perfect. Let me set this one so you can hear it here. And let me fetch a cover image. Okay, I'm gonna fetch this. Um, by the way, we're talking about the Iran books that last year generated a controversy because we used AI imagery generated by us based on the books. But this year, we're gonna make an open call to see if there are any artists who would want to both help us and promote their art, which would mean that after we get like some idea about the books that are gonna be featured, or the sections at least, we're gonna post it on Discord and we'll reach out to the community to see if there's anyone up for either sharing their pre-existing art on a theme. Let's say you're an artist that does sci-fi and you want to feature one of your images, of course credited uh, in our Erin books. We're gonna try to involve artists, like real artists, as much as possible. So yeah, we'll like
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how that goes,
yeah.
and really just like reaching out to people. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm wondering like how many artists we have in the community. Yeah, I mean this looks good. Would we have a way to? We should have a button in here to allow you to change the cover, right?
Hmm.
If you're a supporter.
Yeah, because it's going to use the same one as your edit, so it's kind of like it's
Yeah.
probably going to be in like your edit profile.
Oh, okay. But yeah, maybe we should like just signal
Yeah,
it's
if you're logged
over
in.
here as well. Yeah. So second, no tertiary. Okay, change cover. No
Yeah,
icon. Okay. Yeah, this looks good. Let's place it next to the share button, maybe.
yeah,
Okay, change cover. Ah, okay. Yeah, good idea. This is looking great. Ooh, look at that.
one one question I have is like, so like we're like, as someone's browsing through someone's profile, this is kind of like a
Yeah.
information architecture question. So we have, this is kind of like our header. um let's see, I just pasted it to the right of,
Here we go.
yeah.
Yes.
So right now, like when you click on stats, it's going to go to this page. So I'm wondering, do we want any kind of like consistency between these tab pages? Because right now, like if you were to click on stats and it was to shoot you to this, it might feel a little jarring to not have this like top level nav bar anymore.
Yeah. Maybe we should keep that. I don't have it like anywhere in the Figma. So yeah, that's a good question. I'm wondering like I've been wanting to make some changes to the profile so it's like more aligned with the book. page and the lists page right now. So the cover is full width, for example, and the nav bar sits on top of it. I'm wondering like how else we could approach that. Do you have like any other ideas, or should we just like leave it like it is now and just add that nav bar up top?
Where's the author section that you prototyped? I was
Oh, here
curious
it
to,
is. Yeah.
because that I know you've brainstormed some of this for that, and we might be able to use something similar.
Yeah. So this is it's in the profile
Uh,
section. So
right, right.
here we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, so for this one, basically you have all of this up top and the nav stays at the bottom. So instead of being here, it stays, or we can go to like this profile page. So right now it's here, and the idea would be to move it like underneath. So over here you have the profile info, and just this for now. And here you have some of the stuff that's relevant, like lists, stats.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this?
So yeah, let's see. So if you were to click on books, yeah, would we keep this top part for all of these?
Maybe we could like make a minimized version of it.
That's what I was
That's
thinking, because that was like in the prototype we had for the books page too that we never
yeah.
implemented, where we had like a full size header and a like a minimized header version. I think something like that could work well for these.
Yeah, let's just paste this over to the stats and see if it works. We should also do the minimized book version whenever.
Yeah, this could
Yeah.
this could be a good test of how we do it, like from a technology standpoint.
Yeah. So for this, let's say you have your custom cover, you have your profile picture, and it's no longer, so it's MD. And maybe this goes away, and it's just your profile info, and this becomes smaller. This one, this you would get if it's not, it's if it's someone else's profile. So maybe there's just like the follow button that we put over here, and maybe we get rid of these as well.
Yeah, I think we could get rid of those too,
Yeah, so you
and, that,
don't have to
and probably
flag.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This is, I mean, it's minimal, but that's kind of what you
yeah,
need.
yeah, exactly. You can see the cover. I like, on Letterboxd. I think like one of the reasons people sign up for the pro profile is to get those awesome covers. And I'm thinking, it could be a good incentive for some of the readers on hardcover as well. Let's see how this would look like. So, bum, bum, share all time here. So, have your custom cover, and maybe you wouldn't have like just have this.
Let's see, and this is 611 width, and then I think we're
Yeah,
talking
we
about,
could
yeah, well, how
yeah,
wide should it be? Like our main
we could
site,
make yeah,
it's what?
we could make it wider because I think that's a good
Yeah, 1280 is our like widest width layout right now.
1280. Okay. Oh, I think this is only 900. That's interesting. Let's make it full width and see where we go. I don't know. Let's try that, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That might be too wide, but
Yeah, I like the idea that this could be the first thing we switch the profile with for since I know that's been on the on the plate for a while. Might as well do it now.
yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be good to make some changes to the profile because that's like some pretty old code we have in there. So work around this so it stands out a bit more. And so this is Jenna's life in books.
So yeah, so the idea would be that this top section is the same for every page on your profile. Like when you go to books, when you go to stats, when you go to lists, this top part would be the same for all of those.
Yeah,
And when you go to individual pages, some of them would be the same. Like for instance, like when you go to activities and you look at a single activity, it might be the same. But if you go to, it feels like if you go to a list, you go to a single list, that's the one page that's going to be really different, which I think is okay for that one page to be different because a single list is kind of its own entity and
yeah.
it's less about you and it's
Oh,
more about the list.
yeah, definitely. I mean, even for like, yeah, exactly. That's I was looking at other stuff that could be relevant, but yeah, it's like you'd go to the books page, you'd see Jenna's library, and then you'd go to a single book, and it would be just the book page. So it would be like consistent with the actual design.
Let's see. I think
Look at
these
that.
are.
Just I'm torn between trying to box everything uh, and I mean, I don't know if it's making it easier or harder. So the idea is that over here you could just screenshot one of the sections and it would work as its own social post. But I think like that would be more important on mobile than on desktop because this would be maybe like more on the informative side. Uh, if you would screenshot this like wide section, you know. So if you
I
would
guess
just
the
yeah
generated image would be the same whether you're generating it from mobile or desktop. So we
yeah
like
that's true.
it wouldn't exactly be a representation of what you're seeing. It would be kind of like an image representation of this data in a shareable size.
Okay, that's great because we can figure out a social sharing ratio like uh, one on one, and we could just make like a square image of this whole section.
Yeah, yeah. I think I I uh, I admit I don't know like what the best image share size is, but it seems like 1 to 1 would be pretty flexible.
Yeah, one to one is like standard Instagram size, but for mobile, you can go, I guess, 920 by 1080, or the other way around,
Mhm.
1080 by 920. But I think like 180 by 180 pixels, that's like a good middle ground.
Or under share we have like an option that's like square and then another one that's like long for like a phone size.
Yeah, I love that. Could we do that? Yeah, I think we could. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be like you just make it responsive. We're gonna generate them in code anyway, so that shouldn't be like too difficult.
Yeah, yeah, because these will be these will use the same thing we use to create our open graph images. And in that route that we generate those, we could pass it in probably like a height and a width. And then we could just like, change the height and the width and it would just adapt.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it here so we don't forget. Or actually, let's make this like the standard. 1:1 ratio portrait landscape. Maybe these are like the three. How's it looking?
Yeah. I was trying to look up icons in Font Awesome to see
Yeah, put some nice icons in here.
Yeah, because there's like rectangle vertical and then just rectangle.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, let me just like paste this.
And then square.
And then square. Perfect. Square. Not much of a difference between them, but
Yeah.
why didn't they make them like more obvious? Rectangle, horizontal,
Or just rectangle.
Oh, rectangle. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I
Or
think that's pretty good.
rectangle dash wide is a little wider.
Oh, okay, they have that as well. Okay, yeah, I think that's like decent. 1:1 square, but just square, and we can put
There's
like
also
1:1.
oh, there's also a let's see, image. There's like
Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's good.
I think there's no landscape or is a portrait.
Yeah.
Is there a portrait landscape
image? You can just put like the image, the mountain one. Or yeah, just like that. I think it's good. We can figure it out when we actually go with it.
Yeah. Let me switch
just
that one.
Put it there so we don't forget. Yeah, this is gonna make sharing pretty good. And I'm guessing we could also use like these standard sizes for the widgets. So we talk about being able to export the widget that you can integrate on your site or wherever. Maybe we plan these, so these are the standard sizes for like the dashboard as well, and for sharing, so it's like universal.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So you'll be able to. So I guess the different ways that each of these views are going to be visible are on desktop view, kind of just taking up the full width or whatever space is available on the screen. On mobile, pretty much the same. It's going to take up probably like the full height and width because we'll probably have like one widget at a time showing on mobile. So that'll be kind of similar to this portrait one.
Yeah.
And then from each of these, you'll be able to export it as a square, a high like iPhone phone shaped size, or a wide phone on its side size.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good. I mean, if we can pull it off for all the stats, that's gonna be amazing. And it also pushes us to make them like as flexible as possible. So that's fine by me. Like a bit more work on our end, but it also forces us to be really analytical about it, I guess.
Yeah. I really have no idea how we're going to create some of these on the back end because a lot of them use like client-side JavaScript to create the charts. So how we end up doing that will be its own fun project.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's that npm library that exports them as an image and lets you download the image. So we could maybe use that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Okay, I'm thinking this is looking pretty good. Let me put this on mobile as well, so we see how that looks like. So let's get this out and put this here. So put this on mobile. So no line over here. Just fine.
Let's see. Yeah. Right now on mobile, it gets to about list the T in list before it cuts off on production right now.
Okay,
So it's pretty
that's
close
not
to.
bad. Yeah. So
And
for
I
follow, yeah.
I kind of wonder about this first one, if this should be like profile or the username. I do kind of like the way we have it now with like the icon, but since we're moving like a top row, we don't really need the icon anymore. So yeah,
Yeah. What if it says uh, either info or bio? I mean, it could just have like the username and we can remove it from here.
yeah. Actually, I think the username and then removing it from there, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you see the username for the current person every time, which is I think
Yeah.
useful
That's
because
good.
like someone could create a
'Cause-
similar profile with the same name and but usernames are unique.
yeah. And it also like lets this nice follow button breathe. Yeah. I think this is very, very cool. Okay.
I
So,
I kind of wonder like and so like seeing this now, I'm wondering if we should
yeah.
have like followers count or anything below here as like if there's any secondary information besides the name and avatar.
Yeah. Books read?
I like books read. I like that more than followers actually.
Yeah. Books read and books reading?
Maybe just books read.
Books read, yeah.
Yeah.
um, hmm. Yeah, I think that's like, yeah, just books read. I think it's cool. It's nice. It's minimal.
Yeah. And if we wanted to do one more thing, maybe that user's flair.
Oh yeah, the flare. Where are the flares? Here, flares. Maybe.
Because right now that's like a one custom flair. It's like the one you get if you're a supporter,
Yeah.
or and
So
that's
let's
really
put
it.
in support. Maybe we could make this extra. I mean, it's not like so important. And if you're on hardcover, you're gonna know it's a square flare. So maybe we can add a smaller size to that badge. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, I think so.
Should we put it next to the username or next to red? Next to the username.
Yeah, I'm down for either. Or maybe next to the books because that one's not
Yeah.
variable, and the
Yeah.
I like it
Exactly.
next to the username, but the username having a variable length is
Yeah.
concerning.
Yeah. Exactly. There we go. Jan and books. I think this is gonna be like really nice and shareable. Like in books. Does this fit on one line? If we make it small, let's see how it goes. I like it being like the centerpiece of the whole thing, but let's see. It looks good without the box as well. But let's see with the box too. This is without the box. This is with the box. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I like it more with the box.
With the box, yeah.
And
Keeps it nice and structured.
And I was thinking of like other things we could do to highlight like this top area besides showing covers, like something that gets like a quick indication of like this user's like active on hardcover. And I was thinking about like, what if we do almost like a background SVG of their like books read over per year over this ratio? So kind of like, I'm thinking something like this. Um, how do I create a multi-point line here?
You just hit P on the
P.
keyboard, and yeah, or the
Okay.
pen tool. Yeah. Let me, while you do
So
that, I'm gonna bring where's the discussions? Sorry everyone if I'm moving like around too quickly.
yeah, I think it would be
Just trying to
similar to
find
the one of the ones we created where it's like this,
yeah, here we go.
and then it has a fill.
Okay. I
Let's
can
say
just
it's like
copy the oh, sorry. Make these lines
mhm.
this, and then you could add like a layer of transparency, or actually you could like send it to the back and have this there.
Exactly.
Nice.
And then if we wanted to add any like shading to it, we could even like add like a tinge of color or something, or just keep the line itself as the thing.
Yeah. It could be something like this. Let me add like our default color to it. And see like uh, actually let me just like frame this whole thing. That's easier. Like frame it? Yep, it's pretty framed all right. Here so we can hide it like by default, and now we can just make frame. Yeah. A bit. What do you think? So it's gradient
Yeah, I was thinking
0.
about that. The gradient was the part I was trying to figure out how to do.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just like did this one, and I just set
Mm,
everything to 0 opacity, and maybe this one just make it into the hardcover like color, since it's like faded out. Something
yeah,
like this maybe.
I think something like that. We might have to make it even lower so it like doesn't go over the or under um
Yeah,
the text, because then the text becomes a little hard to read.
let's
I
actually
thought we might be able to get away with it, but it
do that. Yeah, I think just like a bit. This works. There we go.
yeah, it's something that doesn't really need a label. It's kind of just it's like a quick indicator of like something's happening, and you'll have to continue on with the stats to really see what this is.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I love that. That's like that's very very good, and it will probably, if it's like your life in books, have way more points to it, and that's gonna be nice. These are gonna be like the years, maybe, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then if it's a
Yeah.
month, it might be, or maybe we use the same chart regardless of year,
Yeah.
so it's always the same chart.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. So Jenna's life in books. Few authors read. It's answered. Nice. Yeah, this is looking good. And then you can just like jump into the actual stats and percent capacity so it matches. What do you think? How are you feeling about like this
Yeah,
first section?
yeah, I'm liking it so far.
It's looking good. I mean, let's put the share button over there as well, and put this on the bottom too. So, and then you'll get, if you have this, and then you'll get like the covers immediately after it. I think it's gonna be like a nice intro. What about this? Do you like the title bigger or smaller?
I think the since the name is a variable length, it's it's gonna flow to multiple lines in some cases if people have very long names.
Yeah,
Um, hmm. So
it would be just the first name, right? Or should we put the
it's
username as well? Or should we just put the username? Sorry.
hmm. Yeah, I think just using their name works.
That I guess would be like, and if you put life here, we could maybe get away with longer names,
Yeah, I think that'll work for most cases.
and we can make the graph like bottom and like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's looking good. I you know, as you were mentioning the map here,
Uh
it makes me
huh.
almost wonder if like each of these would be like a link to a different section too.
Oh yeah, we could actually do that. Yeah, let's do that. And we could have. Should we just like remove this and just have the date on there and
Yeah,
have?
maybe this just becomes the table of contents rather than having a
Yeah,
separate table of contents.
yeah, I like that. Yeah, we can just like put a hover state over it so people know and they can play around clicking on them. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking this, and we'd also uh, changed the profile page up, so I'm very happy with where this is going. Over here, what if I'm thinking, maybe we show some covers, maybe like the highest rated books from each of these periods, but I'm not sure uh, what would you think about that? So I'm thinking, maybe on this chart to show some like small covers just to make it a little bit more fun, but I'm not sure. Uh,
It is fun.
yeah, but maybe like the not the right kind of fun. Uh,
It's it, I mean, it could be. I feel like
I'm
we're still
thinking,
trying to figure out our like tone and not being too serious. And
yeah, that's what I was thinking, but maybe, let's leave it like a graph, and
yeah,
we can figure out later if we want to add some more. We have other sections where we could make it more fun.
yeah,
Okay, nice.
yeah.
What do you think?
So
Are you happy with
I'm
how this is looking?
yeah, I'm happy with this as a starting point. Like, and I think the only part that comes to mind so far for like and this first screen that you see is like the duplication of this and this both being links to kind of the same thing.
Yeah, should we just make this like remove it? Would it
One
be like enough to have? Yeah.
one thing we could do is what if like you know it shows up with this when you initially load with yeah life actually that's even better than what I was thinking, making that kind of a
No.
button. And I was thinking
Yeah.
like if that was up here and then as you scroll down this first box kind of like collapses into
Yeah.
a header
Uh,
line.
shove them down.
And
So
then
it's
as you
kind of
scroll
like
back to the
this.
top it expands again, so it's almost like a sticky header for this whole section.
I think that might work. Let me just this and oh, that's how you do it. It's like, go, here we go. This line. And look. Okay. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. What do you think? Is it too uh, like mashed with these? Maybe we can even like Jenna's wife on its own line. So we let me actually copy it so it looks bad. Just this frame. So move these bottom. Here, so around, and then have this just drop down, and
Yeah, I think I like it on the second line. I mean, it's kind of going to take up the whole screen when you're on mobile, anyways.
Yeah.
So we have vertical space to use. Might as well use it.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like that's not too bad. That's actually wife in books. And if it's like a longer month, it could just like default to 3 rows, and we could put the share button over here so it's like this, and maybe make the graph like tinier, and
yeah, I think it's looking pretty good.
yeah, this is good. I mean, I like it. I could see this. Should we leave it like that? Any other ideas?
I think this is I think we've reached a good point for the day.
Oh, here we go. Didn't even notice. It's like already like almost past the hour.
This is like the first thing people see when they hit this page. So it's important that we're like taking the time to make their initial impression as good as possible. So I think we made some good progress on it.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm liking this. I like the idea with the graph, and I think now we got more clarity on how you reach the stats page. And I'm thinking, it would be even a big incentive for people to sign up for the supporter plan, because if you go to someone's page and see their stats, you're gonna see their supporter stats as well, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, and that's how it is today too. Like, if I'm a supporter and I share my stats, then people get to see my advanced stats.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is exciting. I like that it's expanding into not just the stats page, but like general profile improvements that we want to make, and doing some of the work towards those already.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big change to supporters and how your profile looks, and that's like, I think it's gonna be like a big incentive for people to have even more of a reason to sign up, because I mean stats are the biggest supporter feature, and if we couple those up with a nicer profile and get people to share it, that's gonna be like very, very, very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for driving in Figma. It's fun watching how fast you can move around in there.
Yeah, and I don't even. I mean, I'm trying to connect this damn mouse, and I've been trying to do that, but it doesn't. I mean, I think Jonah, my kid, has been playing with it, and I think
Uh-oh.
he threw it around. Yeah, so much that I'm not sure it's even working anymore. But yeah, it's my age-old curse. I'm gonna. I switched to the wired headphones. I think I'm gonna switch to the wired mouse as well. Or I'm gonna try the trackpad you recommended. Maybe
Oh yeah.
that works.
Yeah. I
Here we
I've
go.
been living by this thing.
Ah, that's good. Yeah, might like make the jump. Perfect. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, I guess see you
Yeah.
all next week.
Yeah. See you next week. Bye.
Perfect. Bye, Adam. See you, everyone.
Bye.